Welcome to another episode of the Random Encounter Show. I'm Death Stalker 5, coming to you this week by myself from the Fortress of Doom. It's 1 a.m. in the morning here, the wife's asleep, and getting a chance to record. If you notice, I've got a new microphone. Hopefully that improves audio on my end as much as possible. We got a soundboard and different things as well. I'm slowly working up because I see a future with this show, especially doing the podcast style guest interviews and things. And guys, I have to thank Steve Crompton. He came on last week. He gave us a just amazing interview. I found him very intriguing, and I hope you did as well. And I explained to him the nature of the interviews and what we do with guests is I'm interested in just a natural, open dialogue, no scripted questions or anything like that. And we just have a chat and we have a talk, and it worked out brilliant. I think he had more fun than he thought he would. So he's definitely coming back as often as he can to help around with the show and also create more great episodes like the one before. Ah, so this is, needless to say, I'm brand new at most all this kind of stuff. So as time goes on, I think that'll be the best polish. But I have to thank all of the new subscribers coming in, and I still can't believe we got 195 views on the Steve Crompton interview when I last checked it. That's amazing. I wasn't sure that we would ever produce a video that would even get 100 views. YouTube's a pretty rough place to get attention, but that makes me very happy, and I'm sure it was the fact that it was Steve on. And yeah, in other good news, we sent a camera off to Steve. When he makes reappearances on the show, he'll have a decent camera, and his cell phone won't be going off. I saw a few comments where people were talking about the phone, and don't worry, we're getting everything set up as best we can. But since I'm by myself tonight, I figured it would be a good time to really talk to you, the audience, of what this show's about, where it's going, and more or less what to expect, and reach out to you because this show is not just about making a YouTube show and trying to get views and all that, but I look forward to it creating a community of viewers and the audience and the people we bring on as guests and that connection. Because what I most of all want out of this show is a place on YouTube that's not filled with, big production studios and commercialism and, people just trying to sell you something in every other breath. I want to make a show about the hobby, the roots of the hobby, and what the hobby means to me because I'm very passionate about the hobbies that I have. Uh, Tabletop gaming is more or less our aim. So that's what it's about. I don't want to get into the politics and the drama that surround tabletop gaming at times, most all the time. I'm not sure what it is, but there's always something going on in the background. Somebody's upset about this. So and so said that. Just plethora of things going on, and that's not something where I necessarily want to focus. I really want to focus on what makes the hobby good and what makes the hobby worthwhile, and why we can enjoy it so much because it has an infinitude of things to offer. Anybody and everybody wanting to get involved that thinks they may enjoy this. And in the future, we're going to continue the podcast style episodes, bringing guests on. Sometimes it'll be just me. Sometimes it'll be Steve and me and Steve and somebody else. Who knows where it's going to go? We're going to let it unfold naturally and see what works. And also, I've got some ideas for some things that at first I was thinking of reopening my Deathstalker 5 channel and do it there. That way it didn't interfere too much with the show, but with some changes to the show and some things that's going on with the show, I think it would be good to bring it here and have it all in one spot. And that's that's sort of game reviews and how-to videos and hobby tips. You know, if that's something you want to see here, I hope it is because we're going to try it. You can put your protest in the comments below if you don't like that idea, but that'll be mixed in along with the weekend podcast with our guest as well. So during the week, I'm thinking of having 2 or 3 smaller segment type shows of how-to type stuff or review type stuff, and then the weekend is our interviews. Uh, and I'm thinking also as I love tabletop gaming. It is one of my main hobbies. Nothing will ever replace it, but I also love classic video gaming as well. And what I mean by classic video gaming is Atari 2600, the Intellivision, which may be one of my, I don't know, it may be my favorite console of all time. It's the most overrated. It's the most underrated console of all time that I know of. Uh, Along with like ColecoVision, Atari 7800, Commodore 64, and Atari computer systems, the 8-bit computer systems, and along those lines, I really enjoy collecting and playing those type games. So hopefully that's something that'll interest some of you guys in the audience as well. And I also have some interviews scheduled with people that are involved or were involved in the classic video game scene as well. But again, our main topic and our main interest in the show is tabletop gaming. But again, I really seriously and just appreciate and enjoy the fact that we had such a response for our last video. And I hope to see you guys around. And if there's anything that you would like to see covered, let me know in the comments below. That's how you reach me. I have a Facebook page called Questing Table Studios. You can reach me there as well. Steve will probably be coming on next weekend with the new camera setup and stuff. And he wanted you to know that if you had any questions for Steve, to reach out in the comments on the Facebook page. There's a Random Encounter Show Facebook page as well. Duh. I should have remembered that as well. But he said, reach out, let us know if you have any questions, and we will get those questions asked and maybe some answers on his next episode with Steve as well. Short video, so I'm going to wrap it up here for the weekend. And be on the lookout because I think next week we will start some of the other type, I don't want to call them shows, but programs coming out. Maybe some hobby tips, or I definitely want to get into solo role-playing games, sort of a how-to, because there's so much on YouTube about how to get into solo role-playing games, but a lot of it's very product-centric. Buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. While I love having pre-made products and everything, available for buy. It makes things sometimes a lot simpler. It doesn't necessarily make it better. I think the best solitaire role-playing game experiences you can possibly have are those that are custom tailored to your specific game. And we'll also cover solitaire wargaming, solitaire board gaming, and a lot of classic tabletop gaming. We'll include some modern stuff as well, but we'll take a look back at just some of the classic, especially fantasy and sci-fi tabletop gaming across the spectrum, from board gaming to wargaming to role-play games. We'll take a look at that, and we'll take a look at modern, but just because something's newer doesn't mean that it's better in any way. And in fact, I think in a lot of categories, there's some older games that beat out the modern iterations of what's popular now, especially for like the dungeon crawler movement. We've seen that grow up over the last several years into where there's one coming out a week or two a week, and it's nuts. But have any of them really surpassed Advanced Hero Quest or Warhammer Quest, the 1995 version? And I don't believe that they have. But again, that's episodes for us to get into. I'm Deathstalker5. This has been the Random Encounter Show, though a short one. I appreciate you guys and look forward to hearing from you as we grow this thing together. See you guys next time.
Hey, this is Deathstalker5. If you like the Random Encounter Show, make sure you're subscribed to our channel so that you'll be the first to know when we upload a new episode. Want to support the show? Head over to Questing Table Studio on Facebook. Let us help you bring your table to life with miniature painting services and terrain.